Hey, good morning. Buenos dias. Hola from Mexico City. How you doing for third season, folks? Glad to see you're watching. Hopefully, you're going to enjoy this one. I am. This is a morning juice blend. Coffee's already finished for the day. And I mention this because to give you an idea of some of the choices here in Mexico, we go from this really dense mango naranja or orange mix. Mango, especially good because we're going to try and do mango. Then we have a grapefruit. Then we have a grapefruit juice. Then we have an aguas frescas. Sorry, please ignore my bad Spanish. This is a piña or pineapple flavor. And then lastly, a Bee Light bebida, which is grapefruit. Oddly, they're all different sizes. And they're all about 50 to 75 pesos, which is $4 to 5.50, $6 Canadian. They're all lovely, and they all get blended into a lovely beverage. Cheers. For breakfast this morning, I thought I would do something fun. So we got a mango, fresh mango. Oh, I need the glasses because I don't want to cut my fingers. We're just going to cut off the end here. And again, this is sort of like the Airbnb survival technique, which is to say that the knives they work. But let's face it, they're not the best knives. But it's okay. We're fine with them. I've seen a couple of different ways of cutting mangoes, and I've cut a couple here already this week. And I'm going to try a couple of different methods here. One is to sort of like cut into the flesh, if the flesh wants to be cut into, and then you end up with this nice, oh, it's so juicy, disc piece like that. Okay, I'm going to do the other side if I can. Be careful when you're using these knives again. They're not terribly sharp, and we know that a dull knife is a dangerous knife. If you don't know that, a dull knife is a dangerous knife. I'm just saying, you got to be careful. And then from there, we can cut off the little bits of rind, and we can, the knife just slides through, so they're not that terrible. It's actually quite decent, but whatever, Okay, and then we can just sort of cut slices off like this, and like this, getting closer and closer to the stone. And, the beautiful thing about mangoes in Mexico is, and especially here in Mexico, which is also Mexico City, folks who live in Mexico City basically just call it Mexico. And it took me a while to figure that out. Anyways, so here we are, we're cutting slices off. And then the reason we're doing this is we're going to make ourselves a little bit of mango yogurt. Okay, so we're just going to do that. And then, I'm going to cut off the little end bit there that you can't see, but I can. We don't want to get that. And now we're going to try something that I have not tried very often, which is, I'm going to use the small one. We're going to make the slices into it. And then we're going to make the cross hatch slices. And then we're going to bend it forward. Oh, look at that. Didn't work out quite as well as it could have. Oh, well, whatever. And then we're going to take this knife, and we're just going to cut across the seam like this. And we're going to flatten it out a bit. And then once we get the edges cut in, then we're just going to cut across the bottom and pull out the chunks. And so we end up with, if it lets go, mango chunks. And then we put them into our bowl, like so, Waiting it back, stupid mango. Okay, here we go. And you end up with a fresh bowl of mango. Now, the beautiful thing here is, like everywhere, you can get plain yogurt. This is Kirkland brand because we have a Costco nearby. But even across the street at the 7-Eleven, I was able to get a plain yogurt, not Greek, but plain, so you can like manage your sugar intake. So we're going to give this a little stir. We're going to put a couple of dollops of yogurt in. So now we have our bowl of yogurt, and we have our bowl of mango. Now, I did come prepared with an extra spoon. What I forgot to bring was a napkin to wipe my hands off. So I just got to use my hands because they're already mangoized. And then what you do is you lick your fingers. Mmm, 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 mmm. If only you had taste-o-vision or smell-o-vision, you would smell the magic of the mango and the tasting of the mango. And then we're just going to like stir up the mango in. Now, what you might want to do is chop your mangoes down a bit more fine. And as you do that, you end up with the healthiest mango at the bottom yogurt you've ever experienced, right? And of course, once you do all that, you want to get a little bit of a taste. So we're going to take a piece of mango. Mmm. Mmm. The tang of the yogurt, the sweetness of the mango, Lottie. Folks, you find yourself in the tropics. You find yourself back in Winnipeg in the middle of the winter, and Young's or somebody else has brought in Altufa mangoes, and you think to yourself, what am I going to do with it? This is what you're going to do with it. Just cut it up any way you want to. On the streets, I've seen them like doing all kinds of different shavings and things. Mangoes are fabulous. I bring you a glass of juice. I bring you good tidings. I haven't explained this for a little while, so I will again. Third season cooking is for those people in life transition, either from one relationship to the next. You got to start cooking for yourself, or you're going from high school to college, college to work life, and you want to try and figure out how you're going to eat. If you like this video or any of the other videos you've seen on my channel, Third Season Cooking on YouTube, please, you got to do it all in one word, okay, to find my channel. Also, please, thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit notifications. I'm trying to get a little bit more active, more regularly, because apparently that helps the engagement. So do comments. Man, I'm in Mexico City. Where are you? Sorry, got to do it, man. By the way, not AI, real person, bad jokes. Love ya. Thanks so much. Have yourself an excellent day. Hasta la vista.